Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Yo, what's poppin', man? You know what time it is. Your boy, Mr. J Hill Podcast. We are in the building, man. You know, I have special episodes, and this is one of those special ones. It won't be nothing short of it. This guest to my left, conversation is well overdue, man. Mm-hmm. This woman is a business owner of multiple businesses. She's made a lot of money. She's made a lot of money over a long period of time. She's made a lot of money over a short period of time. She's teaching people how to do the same thing, but she's also a mom. She's a hustler. She's somebody that just you will want to get to know. So we're going to get to know her a little bit more than a conversation than we had before. Miss Trishonna is in the building. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm all right.
Thank you for having me back, finally.
Mm-hmm. Let's get to it, man. What's going on?
Are we cool again?
We never... yeah.
We were beefing a little bit.
Yo, y'all did me so dirty.
No, I think the conversation just got so intense so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like very passionate about what you were saying. And I was very passionate. So you guys don't know, we met, I'm not trying to say we're but we met some years back. And it was just like, our interview just got so intense so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like bumping heads. And it like carried off of the camera. And then we just kind of like blocked each other. Or like unfollowed each other and just never spoke since. So.
Finish. Tell me, I want to hear your side.
So we're here. I don't even remember what happened. I just remember it being like awkward, and then it was kind of like a intense situation, and then I just never paid attention to you again anymore.
Yeah, for me, I think I don't know. I love the movement that y'all was doing. I wasn't familiar with either one of you guys, you or
Des.
Mm-hmm. And I seen the podcast, and I saw it was like Beyond the Chair, and I'm like, this is dope. I want to like highlight this because. In my eyes, the podcast is new. So I'm like, yo, this is dope. I want to highlight this. Like they seem like they're successful outside of the podcast. And they just started the podcast. And it's like, at that time, I don't think it was like too popping. Or what I saw wasn't like too popping. I'm like, nah, this is dope. I want to actually get in front of this before it go crazy. Mm-hmm. So that was my intention. So when y'all came, that was cool. I think you was upset about the parking situation. I could have been
No, that's not why we got into it.
No, I know that.
Oh, okay.
But from the jump, you was just on one. Like you was like, he didn't send me like proper instructions and stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't even think of that. But I'm like, you right. But damn, like shit, I don't get no grade. Like you wasn't fucking with that. Then we had a conversation.
I'm very big on details.
Rightfully so. Mm-hmm. We had the conversation. We started talking about 9 to 5s.
I remember. That's
when it went crazy. And I'm like, because at that time, I think I had 2 jobs.
How many jobs do you have now?
I don't have a job.
High five.
No, I'm not high five.
That's all I wanted for you. But is that not all I wanted for you?
I mean, but that's not...
you argue me down.
We're going to get into that. Okay. But I had 2 jobs at that time, making probably like close to 300-something thousand of safe money a year, bringing in like $10,000 a month just on I'm just on a job. Just on the jobs. And well, I was way more than 10,000. I'm sorry. It was like 16 for my jobs. And I had my podcast, which was going crazy at the time. My podcast, I don't know what them numbers was insane. I ended up getting fired because I was just putting too much energy in my podcast. So God kind of like forced me to do the entrepreneurship thing. But I still would be careful with that message. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I still would be careful with it.
I've extended more grace in my speech these days.
I mean, I love your approach though. I watch what you're doing now, and I'm like in your face. So I love the approach. I love it. But the clip went viral. What I didn't like was y'all did a whole reaction. Y'all said I clipped it up, like I edited things out. I didn't edit anything out.
I don't know. It just seemed very one-sided when it was put out.
I wish I could pull it up.
We might have to find that.
Yeah, I wish I could pull it up. Because I think I asked you, would you date a guy that working 9 to 5?
Mm-hmm.
You was like, no. And I was like, why not? I didn't say much.
Yeah, and then we got in. No. One-sided again. You said a lot. That's how it went back and forth.
Let's pull it up. Let's see. Let's see if we can pull it up. We got time. We got nothing but time. For the people that don't know what's going on, y'all know y'all love a story, right? So let's just see. I'm pretty sure I probably can like search.
Or maybe insert it later on.
Yeah, we can play the audio. They were here if I can find it. I don't know if I will find it, but.
But no, like I was saying, all I really wanted for you, because you told me that your end goal was to make your podcast blow up, to be an entrepreneur, but you were holding on to your job because you felt like it was safe. Mm-hmm. And I told you just kind of were small-minded at the time, and that's what I didn't like.
Yeah, I think I still would suggest somebody to have a job.
Okay.
Still to this day. I feel like your job makes it easier for you to have fun and not have to do salacious content, one, do anything for money, two, and you can enjoy it.
So how come you didn't go back to the job?
I kind of like finessed my way into those jobs, and like once it was done, it was hard as hell to get back in.
So are you still currently looking for a job?
I don't know. You've been in entrepreneurship your entire life. You know how it go. So
yeah, I just could never see myself going back.
Yeah, every time I want to go back to get a job, it's like I think about those times when you make a lot of money fast, and they'd be like, why would I ever work for somebody? But when you're not making them because you make a lot of money fast, and there be some times where you're making no money, it'd be like, fuck,
yeah, but that's just part of the process, though.
Yeah, it is.
There's times where it'd be like, woo, I'm up. Then there's times you're like, woo, hey, don't nobody spend no money right now.
Yeah.
Like, none. We eating out the house.
Yeah, no, facts.
Piece of rolls.
Yeah, I get it. So,
yeah.
But because you've been in it so long, and
but too, entrepreneurship, when you like not having money as entrepreneurship is different than just not having money. Like not having money as entrepreneurs, like this is for payroll, this money's for bills, this money's for investments. It's not just like we're gonna go willy nilly this month. It's not like I've hit rock bottom. It's like let's make sure we're smart with spending this month.
Yeah, that's for people that's fortunate like yourself though, because like some people, there's been times where I didn't have no money, like no money. It wasn't about I can't spend this in marketing or I can't. It was no, I can't even pay the bills because everything is caught up in something else. So like once you get to a certain level, yeah, you still have money to like pay your bills. So that's why I say I understand the not having a 9 to 5 thing, but I'm just careful with it because like shit, if you need a job, go get a job. You're gonna be out here sleeping on the street because you don't want to go. Man, go get your ass a job. Do something, even if it's for 6 months.
But see, I don't preach that message to everybody. But to someone like you, I wouldn't advise that. Like you're different. That's why I think I was so frustrated with you last time. Like by the time I had met you, you had already interviewed some of the greats. You still interview some of the greats, so you have so many resources in your back pocket. So why would I advise someone like yourself to go get a job? That would be dumb. I would be doing you a disservice by telling you to do that.
So is the stance still the same?
What you mean?
You wouldn't date a guy with a 9 to 5?
See, I told myself I was gonna come here really cutesy, really demure, because you be trying to like crank me up, but I don't think I would. I mean, what I've realized nowadays is now dating, because some of the men, like I'm a woman of a particular age. So the men I'm dating are now men of particular ages. So when I say particular age, they're like 35, 40, 42. And they call their 9 to 5 the office. They were like, oh, I'm at the office. So I was dating someone for a long time before I realized he had a 9 to 5 because he always said he was at the office. And I finally realized like he worked for somebody. We no longer talk, but that wasn't the reason why.
Athletes, I mean, that's technically a 9 to 5. I mean, what? Working for somebody.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money.
Yeah. So their 9 to 5 is a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is it working for somebody or is it the freedom? Because I think it was the freedom for you.
Yeah, I think it's more so, I don't want to say it's the status, but it might have something to do with it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you can be honest, right? And it's not even for clips. If you could be honest. Because one thing I'm big on is like letting men, women, whoever have their preference. Like I'm not about to argue with your preference. Like I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But if you could go unjudged, right? What would it be? What is it the job, the status, the money? What exactly?
For me, I almost think it's like the status and the money. Because I know people have status and don't have any money attached to it. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't do that either. It's like, oh, friend, you know? Mm-hmm. But there's people, I think the status is important kind of because I don't want to deal with anybody else that is jealous of me in my relationship. And that's a thing. So it's like either you have money or you have status. If you have both, then there's no way you can be jealous of me or feel like I'm your superior, you know? And I don't want to feel like that to my man personally. So I'm not knocking men who have a 9-to-5, but that's not for me personally. Because I don't have the time for what it comes with. Yeah, and then I've dealt with people who have the status, who had some money, but they still feel like I was above them. And that caused a lot of friction as well.
You know, jealousy can show up in so many different ways.
So many different ways. Do you have that trait? I haven't seen it in you, but I don't know.
No, I think we all have that trait. I think I have a lot of traits, and I think what makes me different from everybody else is I'm super self-aware. So even if it was to show up, I correct it. I'm big on, it ain't about how you feel, it's about what you do.
Okay. So any time to me that you have felt like you were jealous of something and you corrected it?
1,000,000 times.
Really?
I could be jealous that you get to stay in the house and not do anything while I have to go work. I could be jealous of, let's be real, I could be jealous of you being pregnant and everybody asking you how you feel and not even asking me how I feel.
I might have to scoot away from you because I don't do too well with people that's jealous.
Like I said,
I've never dealt with that trait.
I'm big on being honest with my emotions because I feel like a lot of people, they feel things and they try to act like they don't. And when you act like you don't, then that's where things go wrong. I'm always going to acknowledge how I feel. That don't mean I got to act on it.
I've felt a lot of things, but jealousy is not something I could say I've ever felt in my life of someone.
Man, that's fair. That's you. I feel like, and it might, if you ask somebody else, it might not be jealousy to them. But to me, like, I've definitely felt the way, like, damn, like, what about me? Right? I feel like that could be jealousy. Mm-hmm. Like, why you asking? If you are super confident, no matter what somebody do,
Can
whatever.
I hold your hand? Let's talk. I feel like I'm your therapist. Let's keep going.
Oh, okay, it's cool. I fuck around be your therapist. You never know.
Let's talk. We'll see.
Yeah. So like, again, I don't find anything wrong with that because, again, it ain't about what you think. It ain't about how you feel. It's about what you do. We human. So none of us gonna be perfect. So like the moment I try to like judge somebody for whatever their deeper feelings is or their deeper thoughts is, that makes me just as bad as them because he will cast the first stone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not about what you feel or what you, what's in your head, about what you do. Mm-hmm. Shit, we human. Well, I done had some sick thoughts before. I done thought about some really bad things. I ain't moving.
Now we come around the corner now. I be, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I have those type of thoughts for sure.
So what is it about the jealousy part for you?
Like, why don't I feel like that?
No, why is that such a deal breaker?
Because I've dealt with some really bad, dark. I would say my darkest times have come from people being jealous of me. All my darkest things I have faced has come from that, and I don't feel like I have anything to be jealous of.
I got a question I want to talk to you about. I didn't want to move too fast on it. Mm-hmm. You have how old is your daughter now? Like 2, 1?
She's almost 2. Mm-hmm.
Would you be okay with, it's going to sound like it's left, but I promise I'm going to try to bring it back. Would you be okay with, I'm going to wait for that question. All right. Growing up, your mom's like instilled entrepreneurship in you, right? And, but at one time before you got of age, like y'all was beefing a lot. Mm-hmm. Like y'all wasn't like, y'all ain't had the best relationship.
Correct.
But when you look on that, what do you think? When you look back on that, what you think?
I feel like my mom didn't have all the tools that she needed to properly manage whatever she was trying to convey to me. But looking back, my mom is my dog. She still get blocked. She still be on the block list. We block each other or ignore each other for a couple days. But other than that, we pretty much talk every day.
So one thing I think you said your mom said was you can
lead with your business mind and be rich, or
lead with your creative mind and be broke. Mm-hmm. Do you want your daughter to live in that same lifestyle or like? You
know what? I actually contemplate that as a mom. Like, how do I want to raise her? What would I be okay with or happy with? You know, obviously she has her final say. It's her life, but I I want to get to a point where my daughter is like well off and she kind of has like, you know, she was born into wealth and she has the resources, but I also want her to work to a certain extent so she can still have that dog in her and have that beast in her too. But I also want to raise my daughters to understand that it's okay to want to be a wife. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to depend on men. I was raised with a mother who it's kind of like, I don't need a man for nothing, you know, and I don't feel like that. I feel like, you know, women need men need women, but I want to also raise my daughter that she can have all of this, but still be able to be submissive and to cater to someone else as well. I wasn't raised like I was raised 100% have your own. Yeah. So, you know, it's tricky.
I understand that. And I ask that because like, I feel like in dating, our upbringings are so different that it can be easy to look at somebody and say, I wish that was mine. Right. And I think that breeds jealousy or envy, right? Like, I don't think all things have to be negative. Now, if you allow it to be negative, it will be negative, right? But I don't think it has to be. So I asked that question because you were raised away, but because you were raised away, I'm pretty sure you have feelings about it and you probably would do some different things for your daughter.
Yeah.
However, one would argue, or maybe many, will argue and say, shit, I would kill to have Trishonna's lifestyle. They don't understand what came with it, right? And I say that to say, not getting off the jealousy thing, but me personally, I think about people like Beyonce. I think about people like Michael Jackson. I've said this publicly a lot, and people challenge me about it, but it is what it is. I say I'd rather have the relationship that Beyonce had with her dad, the relationship that Michael Jackson had with his dad, and my kid not have to worry about struggling and be the best at whatever they are, and we barely have a relationship, than me have the best relationship with my daughter, and
so
she be broke. So you rather
your dad beat your ass so you could be like Michael Jackson, and then your kids moving forward will be financially free. Okay.
I do. I would rather have a sketchy relationship with my daughter for her to be financially free and our kid and her family to be financially free and not have to worry about it, than me to like.
But why can't you do that now?
No, I can, for sure. But I'm saying if it came down to it, I'm not saying like, okay, I'm gonna be lazy and.
Okay, so break this down to me. You rather have your dad be like Michael Jackson's dad, so you rather had Joe, so that way you could be like Michael Jackson. So you rather that, so that way your child could be so.
No, I'd rather be Joe and my kid be Michael Jackson.
Got you.
Than to be buddy with my kid and it's a whole lineage of nothing.
Every time I see you post your child, you're like her friend.
Yeah,
I don't see you like.
So I'm glad we're having this conversation. Oh my God. Just because I'm saying a preference, something that I would rather have, doesn't mean I live that.
But if you rather have it, that means you're going to do it to attain it.
No.
Okay.
Because, like you said, I still have breath in my air. I have breath in my lungs to still do these things. I'm still young. I got my health. You know what I'm saying? So I can change our lineage, right? I'm saying if it all came down to, you know how they say hypotheticals, like if I had a choice, I would rather be Joe to my kid and them hate me, but them have a great life than me to be buddy with my kid and we all broke.
Okay, so then what's the opposite of that? So if you're not going to be Joe and you're going to be, you know, the opposite, you're going to be nice, what does that look like then for your child?
The opposite, that's what I'm saying, would be like buddy, we have a great relationship, but we have a lineage of nothing.
And so you think you're on the verge of having a great relationship with your child but have nothing?
No. That's what I'm saying. No, I don't think that. I mean, it's a hypothetical comment. I'm saying I would rather...
But you see how we put logic behind what you're saying? Because what you're saying right now is not logical. So you're saying you would rather be the person that Joe was to Mike.
To create a Michael Jackson.
So you can create legacy for your family from here on out.
Yes.
But you're saying you're not going to do that. You're saying you'd rather do it, but you're not. So I'm asking, why are you not going to do it?
So, because I have the ability to change our lineage. That's why I'm not going to do it. Right? I'm just saying if I didn't have the ability, I would do everything to instill discipline. I'm still going to instill discipline in my daughter, but I would do everything to pour everything in her.
So you're saying you're going to make yourself like Mike?
Yeah.
Without the Joe?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But I'm also going to be disciplined in my daughter. And I can see how it sounds confusing, but I'm going to also be disciplined in my daughter early, whether she like it or not. Like, yeah, I'm super, like, friendly and nice with my daughter. Like, I love my daughter. Like, I'm always with my daughter. But at the same time, she's going to understand what discipline is, respect. And
my child, too. I've started the no, stop, no timeout at like 7-8 months. Yeah. People like, she's like 10 months. Why she timeout? My baby listens very, very well now. Like, she understands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, that's why I was talking, when I talk about the jealousy thing, I just feel like when it comes to upbringing, like, you never know what people can be jealous of. And I don't think, it's just like having a bad relationship, right? Like, you, like when I hear you say, like, I had some, bad experiences with people that's jealous. We have bad experiences with everything. That don't stop us from eating. We have bad experience with food.
No, but that jealousy thing is way different. Like, that type of stuff, I didn't have people try to take everything that I have, everything that I own, everything that I stand for, everything that I work so hard to build because of jealousy.
But guess what? What if I told you it wasn't jealousy?
What was it?
It was a them thing.
Right. A them thing that they feel so low of themselves that they envy other people.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I just don't think, we can agree. I don't think that, can it come from jealousy? Yes. Can it come from envy? Of course. But it's also a person out there, because I would never do that, right? Whereas though I've felt jealousy before, I've felt envy before, but that don't mean that that's going to make me a bad person. I just feel like we have bad people out there who think about sin is sin. People out there who retaliate, who can't control their it's so many bad people in this world, right? Mm-hmm. But it's also good people who have bad character traits, right? Or good people who've done bad things. That don't mean they're a bad person. Bad people are going to be bad people regardless, no matter what environment they are in, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, I just don't think just because somebody is jealous of you, mean that they will go to that extent. Can they? For sure, but anybody can.
Shit, the stuff that I've seen. But I get it. We can agree to disagree.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't even think I'm disagreeing with you, though. So, let's talk. How was mommy hood?
Motherhood is a hood that I never wanted to be in, but I love my child dearly. How's fatherhood?
It's probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. So much so that I think I said this publicly before, like, I feel bad of the boyfriend and husband I was. And honestly, I feel bad for any future boyfriend and husband I'm going to be. And I understand.
Why?
Because, as a man, when I was in my last relationship, I was like, I wish you could love me like you would love your daughter, right? Like, I was jealous in this, to think about it. And I think a lot of men suffer from that. It's like, man, if I could just get half the love that you get for your daughter, right? Like, half the unconditional love that your kid get. And I didn't understand the love that a parent has for their child. So I was ignorant, and I walked around being a step parent thinking that I love this person as much as a parent would love their biological child, and I was wrong, right? Like, I thought I knew it, and I didn't. And when I had my daughter, it showed me what, like, love was. You feel me? It showed me, like, how much more I could love when I thought I was giving my all to somebody. I still did the best I could. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but when I hear women talk about they want to be because women even talk about being loved unconditionally, and
when I had a child, I didn't think about none of that. I didn't care about none of that. I didn't want none of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I make money. I want to make money. I love God. I want to make money. I want to travel. I want to make money. I want to be by myself. I was so self-centered, still so self-centered. And now I look at my kid, I'll be like, oh, dang. Like, I got to, like, put you first. You know? Like, I got to get up and, like, make sure you eat. Because if it feels up to me, I wouldn't eat till, like, tomorrow. Like, I got stuff to do, So that is a very humbling experience. But none of it to me was like, oh, this is the love I feel like I needed. This is the love I feel like I long for. It's more so like, this is a big inconvenience, but I'm grateful for it.
You still feel that way a little bit?
Hell yeah. It's a big inconvenience, but I'm grateful for it. Like, I want my child to know, like, dang, my mom really, really, really rocks with me, because I've raised so many kids in my life. Like, I've raised my goddaughter. She was 2 weeks old and to this day, I still pay for every single birthday, every single pay her phone bill, everything. She's on my phone plan. Raised my little brother. I had 6 kids. So I was like, I'm straight. Like, I raised people's kids. Like, this is my time to focus on me. I grew up very early. So I was like, I raised everybody's kids. Like, it's time for Trishonna. And then at 29 years old, I got pregnant. And I'm like, dang. I made the abortion appointments and everything. I called. I'm like, how does this work? And I never really agree with abortions, but I get why people have them, so. But I was like, ooh. And I was like, I'm financially stable. So what would my excuse be other than I was being irresponsible? You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I kept her, is because I was being irresponsible. And I didn't want to cost her life because of my mishaps.
Yeah. That's deep. Do you think, I think you had like some public stuff. Do you think it was so hard, not to get like too deep in it, do you think that time was so hard because you had so many underlying feelings about yourself?
With my child?
Your pregnancy.
Oh, so you're asking, did I feel like my pregnancy was hard or having my child because of the issues I was going through in that situation?
Your relationship at the time. Do you think a lot of it, could you look back at it and like look in yourself in the mirror and be like, you know, I caused some harm?
To my child?
No, not to your child, but like in the relationship.
Oh. With
your child's father, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like it was.
I mean, I wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
I wasn't perfect at all. If I could go back and do everything all over, or like whatever, I would just run. That's simple. But in that relationship, I got called a runner because I don't like to deal with stuff. I just be like, okay, well, I write everything off and move on. That's like my thing. Like even like friendships, whatever. The minute it's like not, like I try to stay, but the minute it's like it's not worth staying, I just write it off and move on. Because like in entrepreneurship, you can't stay stuck on something. And so I think my issue is I bring relationships and I look at it like business. So it's like if this doesn't make sense financially or logistically, then what am I here for? And then I just move on. So that's my thing. I just write it off. Well,
you think that's okay?
No, but I'm not here to be my personal life is not like necessarily what I'm worried about. You
saying in an interview or in general?
Like in general.
Why not?
Because I don't care at the end of the day. Everybody has a sport, you know? Like, so I feel like I care more about my sport than I care about like love and all that stuff.
So what's happiness then?
What?
Like
happiness?
How do you get happy if that's all you...
Happiness comes from within. So I don't seek happiness. Happiness is like, you know, taking care of your mind, body, soul, spirit. Not necessarily because loving someone else does not make you happy.
Yeah.
You know?
But aside from somebody else, because you said I just love the sport, right? Like I'm assuming the sport is entrepreneurship. The sport is getting to it, right? Getting that paper, right? If that's all you care for...
Not even just making the money. I love genuinely seeing other people grow. So like when I help people, it's not really all about the money. Like I be helping people with something she could charge $5,000, I'd be like $100 just because I want to see you win, or for free I'll just hook you up. Like I have people in my mentorship that probably never paid me $1, probably never will, but I just really want to see people win because I know my lowest times of my life is when my mindset was messed up or I felt like there was no hope. So I honestly love seeing our people feel like they have hope, you know, like getting closer to God and really just living better, living right. Like I don't drink, I don't have sex, I don't smoke, I don't do anything.
Do you think everybody can get there eventually? Especially on the entrepreneurship side. No, you say you were like helping people get there.
It's not meant for everybody. It's as much as I would love it to be, but the people who reach out, I feel like it's meant for them. If you ever looked into entrepreneurship, it's for you. The people who have no clue, never encountered it, it's not for you.
Do you understand how like fortunate you are to like have had the upbringing you had?
Fortunate or turning something into out of nothing?
Both.
So I think I'm just really good at like seeing the bigger picture and things.
Your mother sold your paintings when you were like 6 or something like that?
Yeah, she robbed me.
She was teaching you entrepreneurship.
My mom robbed me. You said I was fortunate.
Your mom's...
That's robbery.
They got you. She
took my artwork and sold it and said, stop being stuck on stuff and stop being materialistic and you can lead with your creative mind and be broke. That was a con artist statement. She took my stuff and sold it and conned me.
But she also taught you a lot. She instilled, I would like to say, this entrepreneurship spirit that you have, like, it comes directly from your mom. So, like, she literally put a needle and stuck it in your vein.
No, she did.
So, do you...
My mom is she's smart. My mom also owns now a home healthcare agency. So, she also bought my ice cream shop from me. She owns, like, 7 properties. So, my mom is, like, the GOAT. But she was struggling as an entrepreneur. So, I think she wanted it so bad for herself. It's almost like she was my Joe. You know, she wanted it so bad for herself that she didn't reach it. So it's like she put it in me. Like, you're going to be better than me. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. My mom was like making me get on birth control like early. It's like, you're not going to have kids like me. Like, you're not going to do any of these things that I did. And so my mom never made it where she wanted to make it. But when I end up making my business make 6 figures in 60 days, I gave her $7,000 to start her home healthcare agency. And so now my mom is a millionaire now, you know, but at the time she wasn't. It was still like she was kind of looking at me to save her or something, you know?
And it worked?
Hell yeah, it worked.
So, I mean, it's still a blessing though, no?
Yeah, no, it's a blessing, but she was my Joe.
So do you see how fortunate you were to have a Joe?
Yeah.
So when I ask you, do you think everybody can do it? I paint that picture because it's like, all right, even when it comes to coaching, it's like, I want everybody to like get it, so to say, right? Because I want to save people. It feel good to help people too. But then I got to look back at myself and like, it wasn't like I came up and somebody was like, yo, Trishonna, let me teach you this. Like, you need to fix your mindset so you can get this money, like, because it ain't no way out. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You literally have been like, this has been instilled into you since before you can remember. So you see the difference between somebody who really was raised in it and to somebody that's an adult, and we're trying to say that, yo, you can change your life. I just feel like wording and messaging is everything. So that's why I ask you, like...
No, I get that. And two, my hardest job is trying to teach old dog new tricks. I be trying to help people that's 45, 70 years old who've never had it. And it's like, you know, you tell like a dog roll over and a dog just like it doesn't want to move. Like, that's what I feel like I do on a daily basis. Like, come on, you can get it. And it's like yanking the dog's chain and it just wants to sit there. So like, yeah, it's very, very difficult to do.
But you make it work though. You make it look good.
Thanks.
Yo, what happened to the podcast?
But me and Des? We had some issues off camera, honestly, and we made a vow to each other that if our friendship ever got rocky because of the podcast, we'll just stop the podcast.
So y'all still friends?
We're cool.
Well, shout out to that.
Yeah.
Do you miss it at all?
I do, but it's expensive.
I know. You ain't gonna tell me.
Man.
You tell people don't get a job. You crazy.
Podcasting is expensive. No, see, but the thing is, we had a side business that people don't know about that we used to funnel the podcast, you know? And so I think too, we were so booked and so kind of outside that both of us were not locking in on the business together at the same time. So when I'm locked in on the business, she want to be outside and be like, "Ooh, I'm outside." And then when she's locked in on the business, I'm like, "Ooh, I'm outside," you know? So it was kind of hard to get on the same page because when you up with a podcast, you're booked. Like you're booked everywhere. You're doing so much, you know? So I think we just had issues in that regard of both being on the same page at the same time.
Y'all think y'all might revisit, or is done? That chapter's closed.
We've had conversations about it, so we'll see.
I feel like it's something else.
What?
About the podcast. Like I want to know all of it. Like what happened?
Like what really happened?
Yeah.
That. I mean, we had some, you know, rocky friendship stuff, but it was nothing like crazy.
Now you gotta get back into it, man. I help you if you need.
You see how much I've matured since last time you talked to me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you think. I didn't think you were immature.
No, I just look back at some of the stuff I used to say, and I think I cringe now some of the stuff I used to say. I think because I'm a mom, I'm more, not more self-aware, but a little bit more self-aware. I mean, I feel like I was then, but now I kind of like watch what I say, not as like vulgar, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just patience. You get that though when you have a kid.
Whew.
You gonna get that, especially a toddler.
Whew.
And sometimes, like what toddlers, they gonna teach you that, you know, you are who you are. Like my toddler is a toddler, and I have to understand, like, yo, she's her own little person, and as much as I think she knows better, and she does know better, she's still gonna push the limits.
Whatever she want to do.
She gonna push the limits.
My kid will look me right in the eye, and I say no, and be like, no, and she'll say no, and I would say no, and then she do it anyway.
And she know exactly what no mean, because once I pop them little fingers, she stopped.
My child is in the habit of launching off of stuff, so she'll stand on something and climb as high as she can go and jump off of it.
Oh my God, bro. This shit is crazy. So, I mean, how is business now?
Business is doing really well. Slows, ups and downs, but I'm actually launching a new skincare line, so I'm kind of like pivoting a little bit, so we're in a transitional period, but it's still doing really well.
How do you manage public perception when you're doing this pivot, right? Because I feel like...
Oh, this is a great question. Because people think you like fell off or like, you know, dang, you ain't got it like you used to get it because you're not as much in the public eye, you know? But I take it as, I was talking to my friend about this the other day because I was on another podcast a few days ago. And shout out to Ash Cash, but he was like, yeah, you took a step back. Like you was doing this, you was doing that, you was everywhere, you was popping, you was on table shares, marketing was crazy. You took a step back. I'm like, oh, this is a nice way of you trying to tell me I fell off, you know? And it wasn't like, I was talking to my friend about it. She was like, well, no, it was like you ascend. Like ascend. Like is that the word? Ascend, something like that. And I never went to college, so I don't know. But two, when I first started doing this, I was all about the attention and whatever I can post to kind of go viral to get the traffic. But as I grew as an entrepreneur, having mentors and just learning, I know how to make money offline where I don't always have to show my face. I have a bigger team now, so it's yes, to the public eye, probably oh yeah, she falling off, she losing some followers or whatever. But it's baby, I have a bigger team now. Everybody's kind of working around the clock. So
and I don't even look at it as falling off. I feel like it's what you pay attention to. Because I follow you and I feel like I see you more now because you always talking business. You always telling people how to get to the bag. You always doing live. You always doing something. I'm always seeing you push. I'm like, oh no, that's fire. Just like you did the I think I commented on your post when you were telling people how to make money. I think it was creative or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So it's just because you don't see viral content don't mean I fell off. That don't mean I'm not working.
I love this topic. Because I was saying the same thing. Or I see some people, I'm like, dang, their views not what their views used to be. But their life looks the same. They look like they still got their G-Wagons. They still have whatever they were driving, So that's true, too. Because what you pay attention to. Or there's some people, I'm like, I haven't seen them in a long time. If I look them up, it's it looks like they're doing well. Mm-hmm. But people think virality means you're well off. And I know so many people who are going viral who don't have any money. So it's it is about what you pay attention to.
I talk about this all the time. I'll never forget when I was having a conversation with K-Camp. And I asked him about falling. I was like, yo, what do you say to people that say you fell off? He well, and he started explaining to me the business behind music, how he goes on tour all the time, how he still has so many fans, how he's still dropping music. His music is just independent, so it looks differently. But now he's making more money than he was making when you heard his songs on the radio, right? And I really understood the business of it. So I'm gonna ask you what I ask like other artists and stuff like that, right? When it comes to the business of it, are you genuinely okay with just being good, whereas though you got the money, you can take care of your family and never being seen, or do you need the eyes too?
That's a great question. So you're asking would I rather be rich than famous or famous than rich?
Essentially.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big astrology person, but I'm a Leo. We kind of like attention. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind the attention. I enjoy the attention. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm 50-50. Is that an answer? Can I say that? Only because I know people who would sell their soul to be famous. Mm-hmm. I won't even go somewhere. I don't care what you have, how big you are, if it doesn't align with my morals. So I turn a 10 out of 10 down. I'll turn some of the biggest influencers, biggest entrepreneurs down who want to have a conversation with me at midnight. No, babe, I'm not coming to your house at midnight. I don't care what information you got to tell me. There's nothing that you need to talk to me about at 12 o'clock at night at your crib. You know what I'm saying? So no, in that regard, if that's my ticket to fame or my ticket to stardom, I'm cool. I won't go.
What do you think about entrepreneurs that feel like they say all attention, all publicity is good publicity?
I can see that, but I'm not giving anybody my platform. People try to argue with you online and stuff like that. It was it's publicity. No, ho, you're not about to share my platform. I spend too much money. I've worked too hard. So you won't even get a tag out of me. No, I don't. I personally don't respond to people in that regard. You'll never see me crash out with a woman online, ever. I might address a man and be like, oh, he had me messed up and post it. But you'll never see me crash out behind no hoe online. I'm not going out like that.
Yeah. One thing I realize entrepreneurs always say is a mindset thing. It's mindset, right? You believe that too?
I do.
You think words and like have power and stuff like that?
Not necessarily words have power, but I feel like thoughts have power. Because I've said some crazy stuff, but putting no power, no thought behind it. So it never. But I think your thoughts have more power than your words.
So what do you say? Like, I think you've said this mad times about like, you know, having a child is like an inconvenience. You not want to do that. How do you differentiate that being, I guess, a negative thought or negative words compared to like the opposite?
So I'll say stuff like, having a kid is the biggest inconvenience, but the way I act and my actions and my thought processes, I love my child to death. Like, behind my kid, I'd hang all this up. Like, if I have to choose between my child and my career and my business, we can end it today. Because I'm going to make sure my daughter's first priority. Now, I'm a joker. She'd be like, whoa, it's a big inconvenience. And it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even have to leave to go pick her from school and do this, or I got to make sure that, you know, somebody's going to watch her, but it's actually somebody that I actually trust. And you know what I'm saying? It's like back in the days, Trishonna just getting up, popping which car I want to choose, and I'm just gone. You know, now I'm like, I have to think about her, you know, her sanity, her safety. So it's a big inconvenience, but my thought process doesn't like stay on that. My thought process is genuinely make sure my kid is okay.
I understand that. I feel like you just like me. I feel like when I hear that, that's the entire purpose of my podcast. If I could like paint a picture, what you just said, and I'll explain it. You're a joke about it, right? But at the end of the day, behind your kid, all this shit.
I'm losing my I do it every time.
It'll perish, right? But when you speak, I wouldn't think that. Not me, I'm a parent, so like you ain't have to say that for me to know that. That's why I asked. Same with the conversation we were just having about jealousy. Just because I say I can be jealous or like, that doesn't mean that I'm going to act on it or that I wouldn't still go to war behind my woman. You know what I'm trying to say? I can acknowledge it just like you can acknowledge it's the inconvenience. That don't mean that I don't think it means anything.
I see what you're saying, but you also maybe have not had the same experiences I've had. Anybody who's ever acted jealous has done, like I said, the worst possible things. It's one thing to just be like, oh, I'm irritated as a parent. Okay, but to have or to feel like somebody else has something that you want, because you know what they say, money is the root of all evil, but it's not true. The lack of money is the root of all evil, because the things that people will do to get it is crazy. That's why you see people robbing, killing, stealing, destroying behind the lack of something that they want that somebody else has. I've never looked at somebody else and wanted what they have. If I'm, like you said, oh, like, dang, I'm jealous that she get to stay in the house pregnant, I gotta go to work. I've never looked at somebody and said, dang, you have all this. I wish I had it at all, ever.
I'm glad you said that. Okay, so how have you ever been like inspired or like had like a celebrity that like you looked up to at all? No.
Hell no. I've never looked up to anybody other than like God, maybe myself.
No, I only ask that because I hear people say that, but then it's like, okay, how do you decide to do what you do now, right? Like not you, but like for example, like. When I was a child, I seen football players. I'm like, oh, shit, I want to do that. Or I can do that. So I do everything I can do to become the best, and then I become better or the best in my version. I
feel like being inspired is different than looking up to somebody. Because I can be inspired by something you said, but you're not who I want to model. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You say a lot of real stuff on the podcast all the time. I'm like, dang, that's real. Like, that helped me today. That doesn't mean I want to be like you. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I want to look up to you. I've never looked at somebody and wanted to be like them. Ever.
Yeah. No, I get that. I understand that. That's why I was trying to see the difference in being inspired, because if somebody look at you, be like, man, I want to do what she do.
I love Trishonna the way Ye loves Jay. Like, I don't think there's anybody bigger than my program ever.
That's fire. So let's get back to the business thing. How does it look different though? Because you still an entrepreneur, you're still teaching people, and all the model might be the same, but it looks different.
Great question. I used to like get on live a lot, do a lot of like low ticket courses and things like that. Used to operate my ice cream shops a lot. Now my mom operates my ice cream shop. She bought it. So I think my biggest thing when I was first getting started was like having ownership of everything. I wanted to own. Now I just want to cut. Like now let's just make a deal and let me just get a percentage. So I think that's what I've learned over time is to be successful. You don't have to have so much stuff. You can just look at the bigger picture and say, okay, if I want to get here, what streams do I need to make and how can I just get, fractions of that? So that's kind of where my mindset is at now, is just having good deals and getting my cut. And it's not about, oh, I own this. Well, I own that. Well, I own this. And I know so many people who are still in that mindset, like, well, I just want to have something of my own. I don't even care anymore. Y'all can have all of it. Just give me a cut. Like, what's my percentage?
How do you teach while growing though, right? Because I'm assuming you was teaching people ownership, right? Like when you was, that was the mindset you was in. Now you're in a different mindset, and it's not that it's bad or anything. It's like just like you graduated to another mindset. But at the same time, it's like, how do you unlock the key to the next mindset, right? Like now you're going to teach somebody about having percentages of maybe the right deal instead of a lot of deals.
I don't teach anything I haven't conquered. So because I'm still in that phase of learning, I don't teach it. I still teach people like funding, ownership, and scalability. I've always taught scalability because my mindset was never just 100% own and not have partners and things like that. But I think my message is still the same. We all need funding to grow, scale. Like there's not a bad song. You just don't have enough funding. There's not bad food. You just don't have enough funding. Like how many times have you ate at a restaurant that was nasty?
Me.
A lot of times.
The same restaurant?
Like
Not
fast
a lot, but
food,
yeah.
anything. Arby's like.
Oh, I done had some nasty food. I ain't never going back there.
Yeah, but a lot of these restaurants are still open because they have funding. Like there's a lot of artists out here who cannot sing, but yet they stay on tour thanks to funding, auto-tune, thanks to having good, engineers, all those different things. So my message is still the same. You don't have a bad business. You just need some money. So if you had funding, you would probably have your box truck. You would probably have your restaurant. You would probably have your laundromat. You probably have your daycare. Probably have podcast studios and all types of stuff, right? Podcast equipment. Some people don't even have that. But it's like, once you do that, how do you scale it? So my message has still been scalability, but now I'm just learning how to scale at a rapid and a different pace. So it's still the same thing. I've always taught scalability. I've always taught having, it takes a team to grow. I always talk about having funding. So if you can't beat the CEO, be the CEO. So if you can't be the boss, or if you can't beat your boss, become your own boss. Same thing I told you. But now it's like, okay, like how would I scale this? Would I help people build their own podcast on the side? Would I, let people rent out my studio? Like just scalability so that way we don't have to show up. That's always been my message, but I'm not teaching like percentages and all that yet because I'm still learning that. What's
your thoughts on doing it all? Because when you say that, the first time I think I'm like, yeah, do it all. Have somebody rent the studio. That's a stream of income. Rent the studio, teach people how to do podcasts, all of it. What's your thoughts on that?
I like saying stick to 1 to 2 max until you get those to grow. But I mean, that's still the same niche. So if you're still in the same niche or same niche, however you want to say it, then I would say, yeah, do it because it makes sense. So if you have a podcast studio, you rent out the space, you teach people how to do it. That's still all based around podcasts. What I would not advise is you have a podcast, you teach people how to start their own, you rent out the space where you're like, but I'm going to start a clothing line. It's like, okay, these are two different things. But whatever is in that same stream, do it. Like, oh yeah, we rent out cameras and stuff. Like, yeah,
no,
it's
that
all
makes sense.
the same thing.
Yo, I have a lot of entrepreneur interviews. I interview a lot of entrepreneurs, right? I wanted to make this one different as far as like just getting to know you as a person. I feel like I'm having a hard time. I feel like it's hard to crack the code. I feel like
me? Why?
I feel like the energy is way different when I'm talking about your personal life compared to the business. When I'm talking to the business, like you, I ain't gonna lie, like you on it. But it's like when I ask you a personal question, it's like it almost feel like it's non-existent. But I know that's not true.
I can see that. No, it's probably true. Because I am my personality is what I do for a living. Like you wouldn't ask, I hate to say
say all of it. Do
Kanye, Trump, Beyonce, maybe not Trump, hell. We should never say that one. Beyonce, Kanye, what is your personal life? She's going to eat, breathe, and sleep the studio and the stage. That's why she's so great. I think the misconception is people think they have to have a personal life in life. Like that's made up. My personal life is what I do every single day. That is my personal life. Like I wake up, I work, I spend time with my child, and I have a ball doing it. I was just in Miami with my friends for my friend's birthday, and I stepped aside to get on a phone call because to me, that was my personal life. I had to get on a call for my business because that's what I do every day. That's as my being. That's what I do.
But if that trip don't exist, do you think happiness can exist?
I was having a ball.
That's what I'm saying.
I had more fun sometimes getting on the call to work, checking in with my team. Like that to me is just, I have a ball. It's a thrill. It's like solving a Rubik's Cube. It's like, oh my gosh, like you mean to tell me if we do this and this and this for the next couple, like it's not even about the money. It's just like, I did it. Like, oh, like I was able to figure this out. Like I genuinely have a ball working. So to me,
I understand that, but I feel like just like it's too much of anything can be harmful, too much of anything can be harmful.
It becomes obsessive. So yeah, sometimes I have to like, put it down, let me pick up the Bible, because I never want God to think I'm putting my business over him. So I do that a lot. Or I like, okay, let me play with my child today, because I never want her to think that I'm putting my business over her. Sometimes they go neck and neck, though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I don't think like.
So what would you want me to say?
No. I understand exactly what you're saying. I do. I'm trying to, and it might just not be the conversation with me. And I think I'm such a conversationalist or a producer at heart that I accept that. Right? That's why I say
you're really good. I think you're a great interviewer.
No, thank you. But the conversation that I want, it's hard to get, and I think it's going to happen. It might just not be with me, and I'm trying to pick at it, but it just might not come from me.
Are you asking about like my personal like love life experiences?
No, what are you like just you beyond business.
There's nothing beyond business.
I just feel like it's way more beyond business. I
promise you there's not. I wish there was, but there's not. Like I wish I had something to tell you, but there's not. Everything I do is business.
Okay, so let me ask you this thing, if I can, and if you feel uncomfortable, it's fine. How do you get to that point? What we saw online, right? As far as like you and your relationship, right? Because I'm trying not to go too deep into that, right? How do you get there if it's only business? Because that looked like a lot of heart, a lot of caring, a lot.
That person said I was only business too, and that was a lot of our arguments. Like you always go to the bathroom so you could work. When the rest of the house, when we stayed together, the rest of the house wanted to like hang out. I'm in the bathroom trying to work. So that was an issue. But
the pain we saw is what I'm saying. That was. I think if it was just work, you would just walk away from that. You wouldn't care about that.
So let me tell you what it was. It was my pride. It wasn't necessarily pain. It was pride.
Pride in what?
My ego was bruised. My ego was like, do you not know who the F I am? Like I could really walk away from this, and that's what I did. So in my mind, my pride and my ego was bruised because how dare you take someone who was so well off on their own, doing so well off, didn't need you for anything, contribute to the relationship 50-50. I paid half all the bills. I never asked this person to run their bank account dry to support me. I was here for the long haul. Okay, let me, you working on building something. I invest half with you on everything. And so to turn around and just kind of dog walk me, it was my pride that was messed up. When I put my pride aside and looked at it, I really was not affected. Nothing in this life can affect us as long as we don't let it. So when I was more so irritated and from an ego standpoint.
What was it about that person that made you even open up when you are such a business-minded woman, right? You so like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you don't need nobody. You ain't need him. So what made you let your guard down, you think?
The one time I was outside doing stuff, drinking. Just was doing stuff. I was it's funny you said this because when I look back at that situation, I wasn't the person that I thought I was at that time. So I said for me to even associate with that type of person, I wasn't who I thought I was. So looking back now, like Trishonna, you thought you was, this businesswoman, you thought you was this, whatever. No, you wasn't. So whatever I attracted is because that's what I was at that time.
Is that, and that's true to an extent, right? But I feel like love does that in general, though. When you love somebody, I think the thing about betrayal, it hurts so bad because it comes from somebody you love. If it wasn't from somebody you love, it wouldn't be betrayal. It would just be some random nigga just doing fuck shit, right? But betrayal hurts because it comes from the closest people. So when I think about it, again, I don't know the person. I don't even know the story. I just seen some things so long ago. But when you saying it, I don't put a jab at your character or say that you wasn't the person you thought you was. I just think that's love, and then we find love, and then it don't be what we thought it was, and we got to start over.
But why is it? But why does it hurt so bad? It hurts so bad because of our pride. It's like an ego thing. Like you betrayed me. But what is betrayal really? That person played themselves, but it hurts you. Why? Because of your pride, your ego. You expected more. That was your ego thinking that. Like, I got me a good person. I thought, da-da-da-da. But that's your ego thinking that.
So would you ever do that again? Would you ever love somebody again like that?
Yeah, I would. I believe in love. Like, and my issue is love and business, I put them hand in hand.
How? There's no way you can tell me this.
I do. I promise I do. I'm a lover girl. I am a simp.
I don't see it, bro.
Good.
I don't see it. I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to understand.
Listen, I promise I do. Like overly. Like I'm like, let me cook for you, baby. What you want? Some collard greens? What you want? Some fried chicken, cornbread, collard greens? Yes, I cook every single day in relationships. Even when I'm not in a relationship, I enjoy cooking. So if you want to call that business, but I be on the calls and stuff, but I enjoy cooking. I enjoy getting dressed. I enjoy looking cute.
So that's something that you actually enjoy. So that's not business. That's something that you would enjoy. That's something that you love.
Yeah, well, cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to cook. I cannot clean to save my life, but I love to cook.
I like that. I feel like it's way more to you than what you put online. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like it's way more.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
Yeah, it's gonna come out. Somebody gonna get in that motherfucker. It's gonna come out.
Get in there. That's what I'm scared of.
Why?
Because
Why? What are you afraid of? Like, what is it that you like scared for the people to know?
Scared for the people to know? I feel like I'm an open book for real.
You might be.
I feel like I'm being.
Everything you saying might be exactly what it is. You feel me? I feel like it's more than that, but I mean, shit. Who am I?
I mean, I like to cook. I don't know how to clean. This is my resume, y'all. I like to cook.
You ain't about to find nothing on this motherfucker.
I'm not good at cleaning. Okay, so if you want a house clean, we're going to call a cleaner. I know how to wash clothes, but I don't do it because it's too stressful. And, but now in a relationship, if you want me to you want to make some money, that's my love language. Like let's make some money together. You know, I enjoy that.
I like that, man. Man, congratulations with the little one. I know is great.
It is. I love my child.
It's hard, but I know it's great.
She's so cute.
Yeah, man. Do you have anything to say for the mothers out there that's trying to balance business and be a mom?
There's really no such thing as balance, and be gentle with yourself. Some days my child is the only thing I'm focused on for the whole day, and then some days it's like my business is the only thing I'm focused on the whole day. Like, babe, come on, let's just warm you up something quick so you can eat and go watch TV and Miss Rachel, and then I'll read you a nighttime story in just a second because I have stuff to do today. Sometimes that happens.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's a dangerous Trishonna.
What?
Like, if I see the space where you can mix business and mommyhood together, I feel like that right there.
You know what's so funny you said that? I had told my friend yesterday who just had a baby not too long ago. She was like, oh my gosh, I bit off way more than I could chew because she's like me. We're kind of self-centered. She's an entrepreneur. And then she was like, this is just so much. And I told her, she was like, how are you doing it? And I was like, I had to stop looking at my child as not necessarily inconvenience or a responsibility. I had to just look at her as an extension of me. You know, because at first it feels like such a big responsibility, you know, especially because there's some people who are just naturally born nurturers and they have 3 kids, you know. That's not me. You know, I'm really good with kids, but it's been me and then the kid. But now I look at my child, she's just an extension of me. So every time I do my hair, I make sure my daughter's hair is done. I make sure her feet are painted. If I buy myself a designer bag, I'm buying my child a designer bag because she's me. She's an extension of me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I would like to present myself to the world, I make sure she presents herself. So it's literally the same.
Is that something you show a lot? Because I don't know. I see some of your posts, but is that something that you show?
Not for real. I kind of been more so protecting her from being offline. Again, just jealousy spirits been, you know, so I just keep my child offline now. But yeah.
I feel like if you show more of that, not your daughter, but just more of that.
The motherhood stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it would be the floodgates is probably already open, but I feel like that's just a different type of. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm launching a skincare line for moms actually pretty soon, so maybe I'll start showing that more.
What is that for? Explain that. Why skincare for mom? Why the significance on moms?
I feel like this whole podcast I've been talking about I'm being self-centered, but that's really how it started. When I first found out I was pregnant, my biggest thing was I do not want the saggy stomach, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of invested in my body. I'm done up, whatever be it said. Shout out to her. And I just wanted to look the same, you know? And so I'm like, okay, how do I avoid the stretch marks? How do I avoid the dark stomach, all these things? And while I was going through it with that person that I was with at the time, I just needed an outlet. And so I couldn't find products. I was irritated in the relationship. I was just trying to navigate. And so I kind of started working with with some chemists and things like that to develop a skincare cream that can at least make me look good, because I don't feel good right now. I'm irritated in the relationship I'm in. I didn't like all types of things, but I was like, let me at least try to keep my appearance up, you know? Mm-hmm. And so that's how Mommy was born. It was like, you know what? I don't have any stretch marks thanks to these products. I use them throughout the whole duration of my pregnancy. And thereafter, because they're safe, they're gentle for your skin, even thereafter, you know, pre and post pregnancy. And that's how Mommy Skin came about. And it's a skincare line to help, you know, mothers. Even if you're not a mom, the products are just so good. But that's why I look so good.
So wait, it's going to get rid of the stretch marks?
No stretch mark.
Wait, we like the stretch marks, though.
Do y'all? You like tiger stretch? But you know, I heard that. Men like them. But y'all like them, but we don't.
Shit, you crazy.
Well, women don't like them.
I don't know why not. What is it? Like, insecurity thing?
Yeah, it's just like we don't want to lift up our stomach and see a whole bunch of stretch marks and all that all the time. Or, and you know, you get them on like the thighs.
Oh my God. Them right there? You was tripping on the thighs? Mm-hmm. And the ass, like right on the cheek? You was tripping.
Some people like that.
Yeah, you need to come up with a cream that's showing some more.
That highlights them. It would be like a tiger stripe glitter.
Yeah, you tripping. That shit is fire. You bugging.
But that, and we also have, I know you don't want to sit up on no ashy woman now.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so then get our hydration, because our hydration keeps your skin really, really, really like moisturized and keeps your skin tight.
So that's a new way of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And then I also have one for dark spots, because a lot of, especially colored women, we have a lot of melanin in our skin and, you know, hyperpigmentation, all those things. So we have a dark spot cream and serum that helps remove all of those things. So.
No, I'm glad. That's good, man.
Stay bikini ready, because Mommy stands for putting the me back in Mommy. So you can't pour from empty cup. So you have to put yourself first, and that's what Mommy is all about. For the active mother, for the, you know, the parent who's kind of like me, like, yeah, I love my kids, but I also don't want to lose sight of myself.
When you was pregnant, you say, I think I heard you say, like, that was like a bad time for you, a hard time for you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I had the worst pregnancy. I was also in, I had to go see a high-risk doctor. They said that my daughter was going to have a heart failure condition. They said she was going to have to get surgery, 3 surgeries upon being born. I wasn't growing, so she was not growing. It was just a mess. Like, I was like, this is ghetto.
Do you feel like it broke you a little bit or no?
I just feel like a person like me can't be broken or destroyed, but I definitely had hit a plateau where I was like, ooh, I never want to feel like this again. And I'm not gonna lie, I cried a lot of days, and shout out to the friends that were there for me, you know. But yeah, it almost got to me. But I have some friends who'd be like, gee, this how some of my homegirls are like. Shout out to Leilani Capilot. You know who Leilani Capilot is?
No, I don't.
Leilani Capilot, shout out to her. She be talking to me like, gee, you can't let nothing get in your head. If you let it get in your head, they got you. And so I just, one of the things I always say, like, it just can't get in my head.
But it did get in your head at that time.
It didn't stick, you know, like it come in and out, but you kind of got to let it ricochet off, like, dodge it.
Bro, that's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could never imagine having to feel like that.
Yeah. I had to still pay for my businesses, still make sure a human came safe into the world. I'm getting girls messaging me like, I got your baby daddy, like all types of stuff. I'm getting messages of girls like, he's sending me money, he ain't sent you nothing. I'm getting messages of like, I hope you and your baby die, all types of stuff. And I'm like, whoo. And to still bring a kid into this world and still try to like, you know, have a bond with the kid and still be healthy for the kid, and then still make sure my business are good, still make sure people are at the ice cream shop so that way we can get sales, and still, it was a lot.
Did you ever, this is going to be a like crazy question to ask, but I'm just curious. Did you ever feel that pregnancy made you resent your child at a time before she was even here, or even soon after she was here?
Yeah.
For real? Mm-hmm. How you was able to get over that?
It almost made me feel like, dang, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this position. Yeah. I almost felt like that. Mm-hmm. And I've never publicly said that ever. So I had to pray that away. But yeah, I almost felt like, dang, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have to deal with this N-word. I wouldn't have to deal with any of these things. And I have friends who are like, I told you to get an abortion. And I just would get mad. I would say that out loud, but hearing my friend tell me like, well, I told you to get an abortion, I'm going to make me resent my friend more, because how dare you tell me to kill my kid? You know what I'm saying? So it was a hard, ooh, you about to try to make me cry. But it was a hard feeling. Even after she was born, I kind of felt like that. Like, dang, had I not kept you, I wouldn't have to deal with him right now. I wouldn't be in legal fees. I wouldn't be 100K in with custody court. Like, it was it didn't stop when she was born. It kept going. Like, it's still sometimes still going. So I felt like that for a while. And I think after just really like building a bond with her, I just said I'd do it all over again if I had to. Like, everything I went through, I would do it all over again for her.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I understand that like forgiveness takes some time and grace takes time. But a lot of times when situations like that happen, it's like the relationship was so bad, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
But
with the kid?
Nah, with the like partner. Mm-hmm. Do you see a space? And because I don't know, I have no idea about custody, nothing like that. Mm-hmm. But I would assume.
Amen. I haven't known it. Because shout out to you. That means you're an amazing father. But you never had to deal with any of that stuff.
Oh no. But that's where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Some men can be terrible partners, but great fathers. Mm-hmm. Being that the relationship was like so bad between y'all two, do you still give space to be a father, even though your experience wasn't the best?
I think fathers are important, especially when the father is genuinely there to see the kid and not to make the mother angry. But that wasn't my experience. My experience was the person is there to make the mother angry, so I can't speak on that.
Well, even through that, do you still leave the door open to be like, yo, like, you can still be a great father to your kid if that's what you want?
He hasn't seen her in about a year, so I don't know. That's maybe a question for him.
Did you play any part in that, though?
I offered to pay for his flight and stay so he can see her during Christmas, and he sabotaged that. Another time he said he was in LA to see her, and he told me 2 days after he got to LA, I tried to set up a meeting, and he was still 2 hours away. So, I don't know. It just depends. We've been in court, had custody cases, and he didn't want to follow the parenting plan. All types of stuff. So, I mean, obviously, I think if we both could go back and do it all over, we wouldn't have endured all those types of hardships, you know? But, I don't know. I think the times, you know, before it got to court, when I would see their interactions, I thought it was, you know, like, okay, this is a father who loves their daughter. But I can't speak on any other thought process that happened thereafter.
Yeah, you know, after we had this conversation, like, I say, like, I know it's more to you. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's clearly more to you and I see it, right? Mm-hmm. But one thing that I also see is, like, it almost feels like you had to be this strong person since before you knew it, right? Mm-hmm. Like I say, entrepreneurship was instilled into you before you knew it. Mm-hmm. I feel like also, like, you had to endure these things to be strong. So now when your outlook on life is nothing can break me, nothing can make me quit, nothing can take, like, it's so hard up because that's what your life was given to you, right? Mm-hmm. And although, like, that makes you so, like, successful, like, part of me, like, on the inside is like, man, I really pray that one day, like, you can be, like, not as hard, right? Like,
I don't feel like I'm hard for real, though.
I mean, yo, to have to even go through all of that, like you said, like, that's some shit that, like, I don't wish on nobody.
It would break the average person.
Yeah, you feel me? And, like, you have to show that you're not average. And I don't want, like, you know, like, one thing I pray is I never have to show how much I love my kid. Because I'm never about to say what I would do. I don't even want to have those conversations.
Man.
So I just pray that I never.
I had to pay a lot of lawyers so I didn't have to show how much I love my kid. The things I would do behind my kid, like, let me go and pay the lawyers.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, when I hear you, I hear that, and it's like, man, I don't want people to have to be that strong, bro.
Oh, I agree. I think it's very draining. I think it's very draining, but at the same time, how do I say this without sounding so, like, self-centered? I feel like I'm meant on this earth to be a vessel, and I remember telling God early on, if I never become a mom, if I never become a wife, I'm fine with being on the front lines if that means I help somebody else. Mm-hmm. Like, I told God, I want my purpose to be like the next Oprah of my time, of my generation. And if that means I have to lead a nation without becoming a mom, which happened, or becoming a wife, then I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm okay with my life being the example.
Shout out to the strong friends, man. Shout out to the strong friends. That's what it made me think of. Like, yeah, like, it's real.
I feel like I have an amazing life. I love in my life. Like, I stop and thank God for it every single day. Like, the way I live, the way I'm able to, just move how I move, the mindset that I have. I also refuse to even be, before going through the stuff I went through, my child's father and becoming a mom and all those growing pains, I've always kind of still had that like mentality because I refuse to sit here and eat porridge while y'all eat steak. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I refuse to feed myself porridge and crumbs, and I know y'all got caviar and lobster and steak, and I'm up here like, I'm gonna just settle for this because I was offended once in life, and now I'm kind of like just so vulnerable to that, and I'm gonna just stay. Like I refuse to be stuck because of something somebody else did to me. Like it's different if I'm stuck because of myself, but I refuse to let somebody else throw a stone at me, and now I'm just down for the rest of my life. Like I grew up with a father on meth, so it's like I've seen so much that it's like if I stopped, I would have stopped a long time ago.
You before we get out of it, I just want you to say something to the woman that might be in that space, right? You had friends. What you said her name was like Leilani Capilot? Leilani Capilot. Like people like that when they say like, man, they gave them words of inspiration, right? And like you said, like you refused to eat porridge while somebody got caviar and steak and shit like that, right? What do you say to that woman that's like struggling, not just financially, but like just fucked up? Like when you look at yourself in that situation, if you could look yourself in the eye and give yourself some inspiration to get up, what would you tell that person?
So yeah, Leilani, Tam, and Nikki, I just want to shout out to all three of them because they really helped me. But what would I say to those?
Even if you take them out of it, right? If you could look back, you now could talk to you when you was pregnant at your worst time that you thought, right? You could look at yourself in the eye and like tell you something to help you out. What would you say?
I would just say, I talk to myself very vulgarly. I talk to myself like how NBA, NFL players talk to themselves, like, get your mother in the game. That's how I talk to myself. That's how
even at that point, you would
hell yeah, that's how, get your fat, funky ass up and get to work. That's how I would talk to myself. And because it's like, who you talking to? Like, who fat and funky? Like, it sounds like a joke, but that's really how I talk to myself.
You think you then would respond like that still?
Yes. I've always talked to myself. When people say, like, oh, you're doing the best that you can and be gentle, I don't respond to that. You gonna let a motherfucker let you eat porridge, bitch? Like, that's how I talk to myself.
And even when you was down bad, you would respond like, yeah, you right.
Like, y'all got me, I'm not eating fucking porridge. I ain't even got, like, who? That's what I'm saying, my pride. I can't go. I'm not going. And I also like watch sports because I love like the ambition. Like it's fourth quarter, we tied up. It's a championship game. Like I'm gonna just pass the ball and hope that you make it, or I'm gonna take the shot myself. And every time I bet on myself, so I tell myself all the time, like get up, like we need you in the game. Get up. That's how I talk to myself.
So you were telling them get up.
Get up, and then too I add God to it. Like, because God said after you suffer for a little while, this is the little while. You suffer long enough, get up.
That's fire right there.
That's how I talk to myself.
No, that's fire. I appreciate you, man. Anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to like
Yes,
add?
I'm going on tour. New Year, New Money tour. Come see me in person. I bring the kids if you ain't got childcare. I understand how it works. Like, pull up. I'll probably have my kid at some of the shows. But, yeah, we're there. We're going to help you with funding, help you with marketing. I have mentees that's making like $12K a month just because they decide to finally show up on social media. So helping with people with all those different things. So it's going to be a time. We're going to document the whole process. We're on a tour bus, 11 cities. So
that's fire, man.
And Mommy Skin is coming out too. So if you're a mom, get it.
Make sure you support this black queen right here, man. She's out going to get it, man. Trishonna, for the people that don't know, let them know how to follow you and all that.
At Trishonna, TRISHONNA on all platforms.
Wish you nothing but success, man.
Thank
Mr. J Hill.
You too.
J Hill Podcast, Trishonna. We out. It's wrap.
Bye.
Good job, man. That was good.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.